We have more for your ears only. I'm Katherine Herzog.
And I'm David Alpern with this quote from the news. People who come to Grantham are more interested in Isaac Newton. Did you know he invented the cat flap? That was Lauren Hall, a therapist in Margaret Thatcher's hometown, where a controversial Oscar-nominated film about her life, The Iron Lady, has drawn sporadic interest and mixed reviews. Now this.
Hooray for Hollywood! You have no way of knowing who'll make good.
Perhaps you'll be another Papa Dion. Your name in neon. If you get lucky, you could. Yes, buddy, you'll arrive if you can top this five. Hooray for Hollywood.
Hardly an Oscar season goes by without some riffs by Johnny Mercer and Richard Whiting from the 1937 film Hollywood Hotel. It's always appropriate at this point in the process, when the nominations for Finest Work in Film have just gone public and nobody knows for sure who'll win. But doubly apt this year when the two top nominated entries are homages to film itself. Leading the pack with 11 nominations is Martin Scorsese's Hugo, disinterring a French cinematic pioneer. Following with 10 nominations is The Artist, set in Hollywood's silent black and white era.
This year we have an insider's odds on the race. He's stage, screen, and TV director Michael Lindsay-Hogg, son of Hollywood star Geraldine Fitzgerald. Lindsay-Hogg was last here for Your Ears Only to talk about his recent memoir, Luck and Circumstance, a coming-of-age in Hollywood, New York, and points beyond. Also, the mystery of an Orson Welles connection. Welcome back to the program.
David, delighted to be here.
I gather that a great number of nominations in various categories is not always a good omen, sometimes serving as a kindly substitute for the actual Best Picture Oscar. Which categories do you think are the best predictors? Director, screenplay, some other?
I think director probably, screenplay and actors are the best predictors, certainly more than the 10 nominations now which are coming for the film. Partly, I think those 10 nominations grew out of a discouragement that Hollywood had that very big grossing pictures weren't being nominated, like one of the Batman pictures, I think. I think director is a very good indicator.
Well, only 5 of the Best Picture nominees are also nominated for Best Director.
Right.
Hugo, The Artist, The Descendants, Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris, and The Tree of Life. So would you say they have a better chance than The Help, Moneyball, War Horse, Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close?
Yeah, I do think so. And I think that for my money, the Best Picture will come out of the Best Director list.
Some around Hollywood were surprised to see Extremely Incredibly, a post-9/11 heart-wrencher nominated for Best Picture, as it had been snubbed by many pre-Oscar awards. How important are those competitions, like the Golden Globes, in deciding actual Oscar votes?
Well, they're kind of like a horse goes to the post with a certain amount of money already wagered on him, and it looks like the odds are good. They're not really that big an indicator, I don't think, because the Oscar voting groups are quite independent. Yes, if someone seems to be really on a path, having won all the other awards, that's a very good predictor. But this year, a lot of the awards have been split, Screen Actors Guild and Golden Globes and stuff like that.
You say sometimes factors far from what's on screen have a conscious or sometimes unconscious effect on votes in the Motion Picture Academy. Sometimes just a feeling that someone's time has come, and you feel that way about Clooney's Best Actor chances in The Descendants.
Yes, I do, because not only is George Clooney a wonderful actor, he's very good in The Descendants, but also because there's a kind of aura about him of being decent, funny, intelligent, attractive, humanitarian. And when the chance comes to give him a leading actor Oscar, I think this will be his year. He not only deserves it as an actor, he deserves it as a man in the Hollywood community, too.
Among the nominees for Best Actress, only the relatively little-known Viola Davis is in a film, The Help, also in the running for Best Picture. And you see her as a strong contender along with Michelle Williams in My Week with Marilyn, and most nominated ever, Meryl Streep in The Iron Lady. But do all those past nominations work against Streep if her film was not seen as a top contender?
No, I think what will work against her this year may be the fact that Margaret Thatcher, for a lot of people, isn't as well known or as interesting still, or doesn't keep any of the history that she's got in England. Meryl Streep was wonderful in that movie, but Viola Davis is such a brilliant actress. I first saw her in the theater in a play called Doubt. She did the film as well. I think it may be her year, because Meryl Streep has been correctly so rewarded over the years. I think it might be time to give her a pass on this one.
Does Christopher Plummer's advanced age make this more his moment for supporting actor and beginners than the relative beginner Jonah Hill in Moneyball?
No, well, I was interested in getting Christopher Plummer to be in a play this September in New York, and he's booked up for 2 years solid. So I think his advanced age will keep advancing. I think the performance was so wonderful, and again, it may be his time again for an Oscar, because he's been around in theater and film, for 60 years doing wonderful work, although Jonah Hill was terrific in Moneyball.
You were on a TV show with Rooney Mara, who had the edgy title role in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and you found her one of those actors most unlike the role she's known for. Talk about that and the degree to which roles are a kind of psychotherapy sometimes that actors get paid for.
Yeah, I did Jimmy Fallon for my book, Luck and Circumstance, and Rooney Mara was on just before me. And she seemed, in public anyway, very shy, not forthcoming, kind of unavailable as a person. But then in Girl with Dragon Tattoo, she's this dangerous, darkly alluring presence. And so it's very interesting to me, the dividing line between the actor as human being and then when the actor, again, who might be shy or diffident in what you might call real life, goes into the movie or on stage, they become a totally different person. And maybe that's their real person, which is the fictional person.
I heard TV's David Milch asked recently if he gave advice to Dustin Hoffman about playing a role in the new show Luck that Milch based on his own father. He said that would be like telling a river how to run, Hoffman being such an intuitive artist. What are your rules of thumb for directing top actors?
Give them their head. I think David Milch's comment is very good. I mean, certainly for sometimes younger actors, you want to be able to suggest they go left and not right, as it were. But I've been lucky enough to work with some very great actors, Geraldine Page being the greatest. I did a lot of stuff with her. Let her guide you as much as trying to push her in one direction, because the great actors like Dustin or Geraldine or perhaps Christopher Plummer, they have a scent for the part, for the character, like a hound finding the truffle.
Stage, screen, and TV director Michael Lindsay-Hogg. His new memoir is Luck and Circumstance, a coming of age in Hollywood, New York, and points beyond.
Go out and try your luck, you may be Donald Duck. Hooray for Hollywood!
Hooray for Hollywood!
Now, this quote from the news: "The trail has grown cold on a lot of these cases." That was Jeff Connaughton, a former chief of staff to Senator Ted Kaufman of Delaware, about the task force that President Obama announced would pick out additional Wall Street villains in the mortgage crisis.
Next, Joni, Leonard, and Lauren for your ears only.